In this video, I'm going to be showing you the process of selecting and setting up my round pen to get ready for my wild Mustang. So first, I had to choose my round pen. I started by going to the website of the Bureau of Land Management to look at their requirements. Now you'll see here that the minimum requirement is 400 square feet per animal. That's not a lot of space. And I really wanted a round pen because it's an excellent training tool. Now my goal is to have a 50-foot round pen, and the reason for that is I want there to be enough space between me and the horse so that I can stay safe. And I also want to be close enough so I don't have to work quite so hard from the center of the round pen. I'm sure you'll see what I mean in my coming videos. Now they allow a variety of materials, but I really wanted to go with the round pen panels because I want to be able to move it around and perhaps even take it with me if I ever move. Now there are two height requirements, a 5-foot and a 6-foot high, and I really wanted to go with 6-foot high because I don't want to be limited to a yearling. Now in my area, the shelter requirement is a shelter with a roof and 3 sides. I converted a carport into a run-in space, and that worked for my application. Now one thing that wasn't listed here, but is something that I want to watch out for, is the corners on my corral panels. One thing I don't want is the curved edges, as you see here. These can actually be really dangerous, as if a horse was to panic and say get its leg or hoof caught in that, it could be a disastrous situation. So I'm looking for some square corners on my panels. One other thing that I wish the requirements specified a little bit more was the weight for the corral panels, as these can really vary quite a bit. But you obviously want something that's strong enough to withhold a Mustang crashing into it. So I went to Facebook and I asked a couple of Mustang groups, who did they recommend purchasing round pen panels from? The most suggested company was Bard Gates, and they had a variety of options for round pens. They had a 6-foot high utility round pen and then also a 6-foot high extra heavy duty round pen. Let's take a look at that utility round pen. So they were 6 feet 2 inches tall, and they had their square corners, which was good. Unfortunately, they did not list the weight, and they had a variety of different sizes available. Shipping was free to most states, but there was a small charge on my state. Okay, so the heavy-duty panels were basically the same as the utility, except they had an extra bar and had heavier weight, and they listed the weight at 135 pounds. I ended up choosing the utility round pen, but I wish that they had the weight listed for that, just to reassure me a little bit more. I'll let you know how it goes. My panels arrived about 7 weeks after ordering. It was a little bit nerve-wracking as I didn't get a lot of communication beforehand, but I did get a call from the office the week of, and then my driver called me the day before delivering. I was the last stop on this trip, and you can see he's already unloaded panels in other locations before me. Buyers of these panels are expected to be able to unload them, but the driver was nice and helped out. And by the way, he said they were about 70 pounds each. Now the fun part, setting the round pen up. The driver recommended starting with the gate and then putting a panel on either side before going around. This was super easy to do. To be honest, I'm a little concerned about the weight of these panels and not being heavy enough. I'll share more on that later. This is how we join the panels together using these little pins right here. And also in my order, I ordered 2 extra gates and then some extra panels so that I could have a little bit more options available to me. And here we're creating a chute so that when we unload the Mustang, it'll go straight into the round pen. Now, I mentioned I'm a little concerned about my panel weight and them not being heavy enough. So I'm looking into these panel screens as a way to make my fences appear more solid. Now obviously, this doesn't make them any more heavy duty, but it gives a perceived look of a solid fence to the horse, and that I am interested in. So I found these panel covers for round pens at $71 a piece. After doing some browsing, I found this similar option, really designed for a chain link fence, but who cares? And it was so much cheaper, guys. For a 50-foot roll, it was only $47. So I went with this option, obviously. Now my order came literally about 36 hours after ordering, so I couldn't have been more pleased with that. And in each box, there was also included a package of these nylon zip ties. And then of course my 50-foot roll, which was really easy to set up. It was helpful to have two people, one to hold the roll up and the other to do the zip ties though. But it gave a really nice look. I was very pleased with how really professional it looked. The added benefit was on the roadside, it offered a lot more privacy, so we won't be drawing too much attention from the neighbors. So I am very pleased with that product. So here again is the entry point to my round pen. And very, very soon you're going to be seeing my horse arrive right here.